So, a lot of times I get asked these questions, you know. It's so difficult to do. It's so difficult to do. How do I do this? It's so difficult to do. And there are so many answers I could give people, but the best answers are visual. The best answers are visual. There are people who have only half of what we have. There's a very famous story about a man who was complaining that he had no shoes. And he was complaining about it all the time to everybody that he met. Until the day came, he was silent. And when he was asked why he was silent, he said, I saw a man today and he had only one leg. And I began to realize how lucky I truly am. Likewise, sometimes we have to remind ourselves, even as a baby, the strength a child can have in facing the world. An infant who's starting off life, how beautiful it is to be able to reach out with your hearts and feel what that infant is going to go through for the rest of its life. But at that moment in time, when this infant was being fitted with an additional arm, she was so full of joy. Sometimes we need to be just grateful. Gratitude is the best place to start life with. Every morning being grateful is the greatest secret to happiness and the greatest secret to success. Let's take a moment to look at this child who changed my day and continues to change it. Being grateful is a very, very powerful motivation. There is nothing that comes close to it. So people will look at this child and say, what can this child do? Even with an artificial arm, I'll tell you what this child can do. This child can potentially play basketball, because that has actually happened. Nothing stops someone whose heart is in place. Nothing stops someone whose determination is driven with daring. Nothing stops someone who has decided he can do it. Let's see this baby potentially play basketball and see what that would look like. That's basically it. Either you see impossible or you see I am possible. And that depends entirely on your point of view. It's perspective, isn't it? So if you say it's impossible, impossible it is, because there's nothing you can achieve. But the minute you say I am possible, Anything can be done. This baby could be chopping wood next. Why ever not? Chopping wood, is that possible? Well, let's see. Chopping wood indeed. There you go. There you go. So who's going to tell me now that you have problems? Which one of you is going to tell me now that you have problems? What's holding you back? Here are people who have challenged the odds and turned it around. You never say die. You never give up. That's the whole purpose. Reviving begins when you set your mind. The change is born. Reviving begins when you begin to see, when you do not let the odds beat you. Because the odds can be overwhelming. Wherever you are right now, you could be facing challenges, you could be facing problems, but so what? Because you can stand up. You can fight back. I happen to be born in the year of the rat. So there's this very famous animation I show in every week on. And it's critical that you see this with me. I totally relate to it because there have been many times in my life where I've had to go through what this rat has to go through. So from one rat to all the other rats out there, 350,000 rats, let's see what we can do.
Such a feeling's coming over me. There is wonder in most everything I see. Not a cloud in the sky, got the sun in my eyes, and I won't be surprised if it's a dream. I'm on the top of the world.
This is the end. Beautiful friend, this is the end, my only friend, the end of our elaborate life.
Year of the rat right now. And therefore, it's critical for you to know rats come back and thrive. We just ended the year of the rat, sorry. So we're heading to the year of the bull. So from rat to bull, perfect timing. All right? Now sometimes we have to go out there and become a bull. And stop listening to people who feed garbage into your ears. Stop listening to the naysayers. Stop listening to the people who say, you cannot do this. Stop listening to people, because listening to people can be your death. All right? And be the death of you. So talking about the year of the bull, it's interesting that we have another very interesting animation. I know it's a series of animations, but it's a little bit of entertainment because we have so many languages out there, so many cultures out there, so many countries out there, so many people coming from different backgrounds. And these simple animations carry a very strong message. Every single one of them. That rat simply showed what you can do when you are down, that you can come back, that you can survive, that you can thrive. And listening to people is sometimes the biggest mistake we can make. There are times that we do need to listen. And there are clearly times we need to be deaf. So since we're in the year of the bull, let's look at this animation where a couple of bulls are talking about crocodiles. Watch out for the crocodiles in your life. So you see, listening to the people by the side is always dangerous. You know what it is that you're looking at, recognize it, make your decision, move forward, never look back. That's ultimately the key, the secret to success. And the secret to success is ultimately making that decision to change. So changing is a very powerful thing indeed. It's always been my practice to show a few videos here and there to emphasize my point. Because the things that I've said, you have seen, you have heard, you will continue to see and hear in videos right across the internet, and there's so many of them. And I'm just going to be reinstating and reinstalling in your minds what I've said before. But some of these videos carry that message so much more powerfully. And it's important that this message stays into your mind. These videos are ones that affected me, that basically changed my day, sometimes even changed my path. So in this time where millennials and centennials are so video-driven, where 3 minutes can change a lifetime, it is so critical sometimes to choose which 3 minutes they are. So coming to this is another very favorite video of mine of a lady who I simply cannot believe sing about change. She blows my mind. Every time I see this video, it blows my mind. You know, and she just caught me by surprise all those years ago. The first time I saw it, I want to leave this message with you before I begin my question and answer session. It's a very powerful message indeed. Please take it to heart, because change is exactly what you need, and change is exactly what will save you right now. Please change indeed.
सारा देश जाने हैं कि आज बदलाव जरूरी ही नहीं बल्कि निश्चित होवे। पर जेसु गांधी जी ने कहो है कि जो बदलाव आप देश में देखना चाहो वो खुद में भी होना जरूरी होवे। आज मैं वो सुर छेड़ू हूँ जो इससे पहले कभी ना छेड़ो, और वो गाना गाऊं हूँ जो इससे पहले कभी ना गुनगुनायो।
Change is constant. Change is inevitable. Change is immeasurable. Change, be the change. Yeah. Change is the game. You need a new mind frame. Stop following the world and be the change. Drive the change. your country. Change of people. Change, 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 be the change. Change is the game you need, and you, my friend, start following the world and be the change. Have the change, inspire change, invent the change. Change, 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 be the change. Give it up, man, give it up, man. Give it up, man, give it up, man. Change perspectives. Change POVs, change leadership, change, 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 be the change. Change is the game you need, and you, my friend, start following the world and be the change. Fight for change, strive for change. Fight for change and strive for change. Join the change and be the change. Change, be the change. Be the change.